Alrighty, hello everybody, hello. Welcome to the Sven Zone. I am Svenster. I am your friend. I am the DM. I am your best bud. And I'm glad you decided to spend some time with me today. So, those of you who are in the know regarding Fantasy Grounds, lighting has been released officially. It's no longer just in testing mode. It is official. So we're doing a little bit of that today. It's really not that difficult. The way that they have it set up um, can look a little confusing, but for the most part, it's pretty cut and dry. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be looking at some other maps and things that we've got going on, and we're going to be adding some lighting. We're going to be tweaking some quests. My character's a little higher than what's what the module calls for, so we're tweaking up the quest a little bit and going from there. So let's see, here's some looking at our follow-up quests. This group is doing let me change the scale UI, by the way, is doing the Dragon of Icespire Peak. So we're going to change the scale. You do that by typing /scale UI space, and they can be anywhere from 50 to 200. For streaming, I like 110 or 120, depending on which of my monitors I'm using. It just makes it a little bit easier for you as the viewer to see what's going on. I'm going to leave it at 110 for now because I don't expect to do a whole lot of reading this time. Mostly messing with maps and stuff, so we'll see. Alright, so we have let's take a look at the Axholm quest. Fifth level. There we go. That's going to be good. So let's look at the map of Axholm. So it's talking here about how from Darkgrave Mountain is the entrance to the Dwarven Fortress. There's a 15-foot wide passageway flanked by bulwarks and an iron portcullis with rust, covered with rust. So it looks like there are different entrances. Let's take a look and see what these are. All right, Atomic Hero Squad, welcome, welcome, hello, hello. Let's see what our quote is for today. All right, so we're looking for a map, and it's a little odd that we have, there it is. Alrighty, so here's our map. Battle map, lower halls and upper halls. Okay, so this one is going to be pretty simple because there is no real lighting in this. So there's ghouls, there's yeah, so there's some sturges, other little creatures and stuff. Stench of death, a large ghoul. Yeah, so there's no lighting in this map. Makes it really simple. Let's go check out the throne room here and see what this is. So I think for fun, I'm going to throw in like a magical light in the throne room. Maybe just have the throne room itself, the throne itself has some sort of jewel on it or something. Let's see if it says anything about the top. A dais, atop which rests a limestone throne flanked by granite statues of dwarf warriors. Between the throne and the fireplace is a hallway with stairs leading up. So I'm going to have the dwarven warrior statues be giving off a dim light. So as you can see, our setup over here is a little different than it's been in the past. If we look at my previous videos, you can see that this whole format has changed in the sense that they simply added a bunch of stuff. The others, everything we're used to seeing is still there, but now there's lighting, and on your play section, you actually have other things you can do. One of the most nicest things that they did is they made it to where you can see what the players see. I used to have to open up a second version of Fantasy Grounds as a player version, join my own game, which you can do. I sometimes do that when I stream, so the stream can see what the players see, and that's how I'd have to watch it. But now I don't have to do that. So we're going to go to lighting, and what we're looking for, I'm actually going to make it like a candle. So we have presets already of a candle. I'm going to add the light. I preset, start with a candle, and then I'm going to go with, I'm going to turn off the flicker. And change the color just a little bit, make it a little bit more orange. There we go. 5, 10, that's perfect. So now, click, click. So if we go here to play mode, we can then, we have enable line of sight, we have lighting set. Absolutely, the map is getting lit. So now, see, that's what the characters will see. I might even have these doors open so that from far away they'll be able to see this. So here they are in this room. Open these doors. So this is like the main entrance here. And we can see what I'm talking about here. We'll open up the combat tracker and throw on Jackson since he's watching. So he'll get a little taste of the future, a little vision, a little dream, if you will. Now, because he has dark vision, so now we switch to player mode. Blink. So when he comes into this room, his dark vision, notice it's all black and white. This is what he'll see. You can see he sees the sunlight outside. He sees the room he's in with his dark vision. And then, because these doors are open, he sees some light way down to the south. If the door was closed, you wouldn't see it. So that, in a nutshell, is how lighting works. As simple as that. The other cool thing is, right now, everything is in black and white because he has dark vision. If you actually put a torch or a light spell on or around him, then that 20 feet of torchlight will be in color, and then the rest of it, as it fades away, is um, black and white. So really cool, really well done. So that is it for this map. We go back to turning off what the player sees, because there's really nothing else that I want to have lighting in this. I actually think I'm going to go down here. I'm going to tweak these just a little bit to make them not quite as bright. Actually, what I want to do instead is I'm going to throw some, either instead of or in addition to, I want to throw some statues on here. So to do that, it's very simple. You go to our painting layers. We go to dwarf, see what kind of tokens we get. So we have a couple choices here. We can take one of these pictures, but I think what I'm going to do is use one of these things. I like using these overhead tokens. Here we go. That's good. I like this guy. He's a good warrior. Maybe we'll have two different ones. They could be the same. But I think I'm going to have two different warrior tokens. So let's go back to here. And so this will be in color. Well, it's a statue. It's not going to be in color. So what we do is we take our dwarf. We stick him in here. Boop. We go to make sure we're going to add a painting layer. We're going to call it statues. Make sure the painting layer is selected. You got your dude. Now we go to the tint and we go let's see. How do we make this like a gray? Let's take a look. That might blacks it out. Now I know how to make it black on one particular color. That turns it down. Give me just a second here. Is there a... Oh, okay. So what we're going to do first is we're going to add the statues first. So we take him. This is a 2.6 by 2.6. We just want it one by one. Actually, we're going to make it a little bit larger so it fills up that whole square and makes it a little bit more dynamic. So we're going to go 1.1 wide by 1.1. Now we are in our stamp tile mode, so we go click, boom. We can and then we want to grab the next one. Go with this guy right here. He looks like a dwarf. I'm going to spin him around first this time. Click, click, click. All right, so this guy is a little smaller, so we're going to make him a little bit bigger. We're going to put him 1.2, 1.2. Click. There we go. All right, so now what we do is we go back to we're still in our layer select. Drop this into our statues. Oh, I see. So it's not, it was Oh, my bad. I was added a paint layer and instead did it as a tile layer, but that's as a tile. That's okay. So what we're going to do is we'll delete this. We'll add our token. Add a folder down here. We could double click on this, name it statues. Hey, Atomic, getting in on a little quote action. Awesome. Statues. I hope you gentlemen are having a good day. All right, so now we're in our layers. We've got our layer selection selected. We've got our dude selected. Now we can just go click, click. You could also just flip it. That's right. So now we have our two statues, right? Our two dudes standing there, glowing, doing a little glowy, glowy. So what we're going to do is we're going to now add an effects layer. And we're going to go down here to grayscale. So now everything turned to grayscale, right? So we go to the enable the mask. All right, so let's disable the mask. Hold on a second. Let me see what's going on here. Enable, reveal. All right, what I want to do is I want to turn off the mask, disable. And all we want is this. Is it Alt? Yes, all we want is around the statue to be grayscale. All right, so why is it not liking me today? Let's see what's going on. All right, so they changed these tokens a little bit. So I don't care about the blur. I don't want a blur. I want just to be grayscale. So let's see. So we're going to try to what I'm trying to do is hide the mask. So we're going to put this here in the statues, the effects layer, and then disable the mask. So that should have turned it off. Enable the mask. All right, so let's try it the other way around then. So we'll go down like this, and we will reveal area, and we'll just highlight the whole map. I'm probably missing a step. See, it's not hide area. There we go. Okie doke. Well, hey, that looks like I have Alright, so there's our rain. Interesting. So it's not doing the same for the grayscale as it is for. Alright, so let's try something else. We'll try just color. Alright, so what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to figure out what it was that I was doing wrong. So let's do it this way. We disable the mask, enable the mask. And now we reveal an area. Alright, so this is exactly what we wanted. So let's go to grayscale. Alright, so for some reason the grayscale effect doesn't act like the other effects. So it wasn't that I was doing it wrong, it's just that for whatever reason the grayscale effect does not work like the others do. Okay, so what I was going to do is make grayscale and just expose the two statues, so the statues would be in grayscale. Not I mean. So we have a couple choices here. I could go through and change the actual, let's see, first of all, let me check something else. I think, so I'm guessing sepia and parchment. Okay, sepia does change. I could just make it sepia and then just change the amount. Turn it down like to like there. That might work. Sepia and parchment. No, parchment is not what the color I'm looking for at all. Let's go back to sepia. All right, so it looks like sepia is going to work. So we're going to go ahead and do this. There we go. So it'll drowns out the color a bit. Let's see if we make it more. There we go. So they won't be a perfect gray like I wanted them to be, but it's close enough. Give me the effect I want. So what we're doing now is we're going to hide area. So what we're doing is we're hiding the effect that we added to it. I'm also going to blur it out just a little bit, about 50. And then we're still hiding areas. So we're going to get rid of all this extraneous stuff. All right, and now you hold down Alt, and it'll let you draw. So we're just going to do. I'm not going to try to be perfect, but I'm just going to try to outline the statue. And everything inside the blue line. Oh, that was the opposite of what I wanted to do. Control Z, Control Z. Nope. Okay. Fun times. Okay. So let's go back to reveal area and we go. So hide area, I'm going to do that again. So boom. So everything is covered. So now we go to reveal area and this time we trace it. Hold Alt, zoom in a little bit more. So a little bit more control. Alt. Boom, boom. Okay, when I was blue, it was gorgeous. I had perfect control. Now I'm freaking spaz boy. All right, so there's our statue. Holding down Alt, drawing around it, tracing. The blur effect makes it a little nice. Gives me a little bit of freedom of, not freedom, but makes it to where I don't have to be as exact. See? So now they come in, they see these statues, they're off color. I was trying to do that with the grayscale effect, but yeah, grayscale is just different than every other one in here. Um, very cool. All right, so now we've got our statues. They're glowing. What I was going to say is I wanted to change the lighting and make them, instead of 5 and 10, it's so we go to here, we click on our lights, so that automatically selects these two lighting. You can see the little lighting here, and it should work already. So let's see. Let's go with 2.5, and this is in feet, by the way. I don't want it 10, but I don't want it 5 either. So let's go with 7.5. All right, so we hold Shift to select them both, and we go 2.5. See, and it drops it down already. Actually, I think that might be good right there. Let's go. Let's see what happens if I do the 7.5. There we go. That works. So now let's go back to our player mode and our player vision. Yeah, there we go. So we've got these glowing statues just giving off a subtle vibe. I like it. I like it a lot. Go back to our map. So we're good. We have our dwarfs in here with our maps. So let's see real quick. So that's pretty much it for the lighting. Now let's see what else we have in the map, in the dungeon itself. This one, just skimming through looking for objects and stuff. Ballistas, they already have the ballistas drawn on here, so we're fine with that. Pillars, arrow slits, nothing in the room. Floor is strewn, bits of armor and gnawed bones of dwarfs. Okay. So this is the West Hall. So let's see if we can find some bones and some dwarfs armor. So let's see. I don't know what he has for bones. Let's see. Aha, I have a bone. I have a bone pile. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. Lots of bone piles, actually. Very nice. Another bone pile. Cool. Some random bones. I like this one a lot. So the point is that these creatures have been in here eating them, and there's some bones left. So we'll start with this one. So we go to our painting layer this time. Remember to do it the correct way this time. And then we're going to take our bones, we're going to pull it from our assets. Oof. There we go. And so as you see, we look around. I like the size. I like pretty much like exactly the way it is. It's nice. So we're going to take and drop one here. Oh, it's in a line. So instead of choosing your line tool, you want your stamp tool. So I'm going click, and now I'm going to take and turn it, holding the shift button, turn, 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 turn. I'm just going to overlap it a little bit. I'll bring control to make it a little bit smaller. Boom. By overlapping it a little bit, see, it's a little bit more desperate. Doesn't look quite as duplicated. And then for fun, I'll throw in this guy. Click and drag him, drop him into the box one by one. See, so he's got a small little bone. Insert bone joke here. I'll drop one over here. Spin it with the shift button. Spin it, make it a little bit bigger with the control button and the mouse wheel. So I'm using the mouse wheel when I'm holding shift to spin things around. And then just for fun, we'll drop one up here for no reason. All right, so there's our bones. Let's see, debris. Don't know if we have any cave debris. All right, so how about trash? I don't think there's anything like this. Let's go with rag, armor. Nice little fur armor there, or leather armor, plate armor. All right, so I could definitely use this. Actually, I think I am going to go with the fur armor. Drop him in there. And I'm going to put the little dagger in here as well. Oh, that's a picture. Never mind, I'm not going to use the picture. So if you wanted to, you can make this a ping. Put it into Photoshop. I use Pixlr, Pixlr.com. It's a free version of a photo manipulating software. Really nice. Really, really nice. All right, so cool. It does have armor. All right, so now we've got our armor, we got our bones. Now we can go back to our story, see what's going on. So for here, we're going to go ahead and put, this was the West Hall. We're going to switch this over. West Hall. West Hall. So that way I can remember what's what. And if I want to manipulate these bones at all, I can then do that. All right. Armory. Empty storage rack, wooden mannequins. This is what? Main barracks. Tool storage. So let's open up the by the way, I like having my stuff down here. They have left, my characters left the Woodland Manse, so I don't need him anymore. Let me just see what my calendar says. Take a long rest at 19:30, and then venture forth the next day. All right, so let's check our. I know I'm going down a little rabbit trail real quick, but I like to make sure the message of the day is caught up. They rested for an hour and moved downstairs. Here's the map. Second, okay, so this is incorrect. So we'll just wipe all of this out. Click and drag to select it all. It's like you would in any other document. So the party cleared out the manse. Woodland manse. Comma, killing all the orcs, plant creatures, and the, I forget what she was called, but she was like a werebore. There's an Arcanite. Now it's gonna make me look. DM map, please. Thank you. This one right here. Anchorite. And the shape changing anchorite. After a long rest, they are heading out. They head out under the watchful eyes of the boars outside. So I'm now going to put the Sword Coast map as a link in here so they can then so whenever you hit return on a line that has any kind of link, whether it's an image or an NPC or an encounter, story link, any of those things, it'll make the next line a link. So you can get rid of that, just hit Control 1, and that makes it a traditional story entry, regular text. So now the time is I'm not sure that that's right. Let's see, 23rd, maybe it is right. What time do they stop for the night? 7:30. So they would get up about 4, take about an hour. So I'm gonna bring this back down to Control 5. We'll say 5:30. So when they'll head out, give them an hour and a half to get up, stretch. Maybe they slept a little bit longer than normal. A little stretchy stretch. All right, now, so now what we do is you can just, if you're not familiar with the calendar, great tool. I love it. I like it. I like it a lot. I use it pretty much every campaign I have because it helps me keep track of what's going on. My underground campaign, they're trapped, um, and I use it instead of my storyline. This is what I use to keep track of what happens when. So they're wandering through the Underdark, having random encounters. So I've already rolled these random encounters as they travel. So I already know, so many hours pass, nothing happens. Hours pass, encounter. So it's calendar is priceless for me, especially in that campaign. But this really helps me keep track of what's going on. So having said that, the other cool thing is you can then let me close the assets. Is you can then with this little button, poof, put the time, the day, and the time in the chat. So the characters can see it. And then in my message of the day, that's how I end my messages of the day, is with there you go, the date, the time. So instead it's going to be 5:30. All right, boom. Anyway, so I was doing all that to say that I can clear this out and drop my this in here. So that way I now have the map for them. And this is where they are. Boom, boom, boom. You'll notice they've got green. Any green token pin, they can read. They can hover over and it'll say it. Zinnu, how the hell are you? Hopefully I haven't missed you for too long. So you got all your dogs in his house. Throw a little quote at Zinnu. I like Zinnu for many reasons, but one of the reasons is his name is very simple. So when I have to give a shout out or do something, you know, Atomic Hero Squad and some of these other Mantha 1648912, I had to do all this typing and stuff. Zinnu is quick, easy. Look at Zinnu. Check him out. He's a great streamer. Lots of fun. Lots of different games. So you look at your average streamer, you're looking at first person shooters, you're looking at strategy games like Magic the Gathering, well, at least the streamers I watch, Dungeons and Dragons, those type of things. Zinnu is in a category all to himself. Um, Very unique games. And I'll be honest, I watch him quite a bit, especially on the weekends and stuff, um, or while I'm working. Work and lurk, as they say. Have him on the background and have him on a little side screen as I'm working. And I would probably never play the games he plays, but yet I watch him all the time because he's really good at what he does. He explains what's going on. He tells you, answers questions, interacts with his things. They're just not my style of games, but man, watching him do them, it's a lot of fun. He does stuff, Mudslingers, where he's cruising through the Russian forest with these it's a real world type of game, so you've got all these giant behemoth trucks with these giant tires tearing up the ground as they're trying to make their way where there's no roads through the forest and stuff. And then you've got these uh, the I forget. I'm terrible with names, but space. Um, it's a space game where he's tearing ships apart and scavenging all these pieces from it, from salvaging derelict satellites and ships and stuff up in space. He's even got a couple other games where he's running around underground fighting off monsters. He's got an underwater one that's very similar where you're building this. He's building this underwater, uh, like a science station. Has submarines and other things in it too. So very, and then his main one is, uh, oh, I just lost it. I just had it. It's the main one where he's on this lone survivor on this planet, and he's just building all this stuff. Satisfactory is what it's called. Satisfactory, and it's uh, all about obtaining. It's sort of like it's all about obtaining the materials and then using those materials, refining the materials, building things to build more, to gain more materials, to build more things. Um, Again, the way he does it is really entertaining. It's fun to watch, fun to interact with. Um, so check him out. Easy to remember, Zinlu, Zinlu. Um, Show him some love. So what I was saying is with this map here, the green pins allow them to anytime they go to a location, I try to throw a green pin on there to remind them where they've been, but also if they want to go back there in the future or future things that are happening, like this one down here is where the big dragon is. It's the whole point of this game is this adventure is the Dragon of Icespire Peak. So that's where he is. And so Axhelm, let's see. I thought they said it was to the south. Let's see. Axholm is right here. So this is where they're going to go. This is Phandalin, the city that they're in. They're out of. So if the dragon attacks them, then the citizens of Phandalin want to retreat to Axholm. So they want to, their next adventure is to go down to Axholm and clear it. And that's what this is. This is Axholm. So they're going to clear out the undead that are in here, make it so that the people of Phandalin can come live in here if they need to. All right, and what I'm doing is just throwing in some stuff. So it's a well done map. Wizards of the Coast does a pretty good job of their stuff. Just throwing in some extra flavor, some more stuff like the bones and the armor that they find on here. This is the armory. Okay. Weapon racks, wooden mannequins. So let's see what we have. Don't know that I have any of that kind of asset, but let's take a look. Let's see. Let's go with wooden and just leave it blank and see what it can find. So we have doors, barrels, floors, a sign. That could sort of look like a mannequin maybe. Some shelving, a throne, a wooden throne. That's interesting. Barrels, beds. Okay, well. A broken plank. All right, let's go ahead and throw in a shelf. So again, I'm going to come over here to my map. I'm going to drop my painting layer. Right now I'm in West Hall, so we're going to add a painting layer. I'm going to call it Armory. We're going to drop our wooden shelf into here. This is 1 by 1. So it looks like that. That's fine, actually. We're going to go to our stamping tool. And we're going to go ahead and throw the shelf. We're going to make it a little off kilter here. Go click. Click. We're going to flippity flippity. Click. So there we go. I know you don't normally have weapons on shelves, but hey. So now we have a big old plank. We're going to hold down control, make it smaller. You could also type in a number here, like this right now is 0.5. I'm just going to throw this here, click, spin it, holding the shift key, holding the control again to make it a little smaller, click. It's got some random wood. I know, insert inappropriate joke here about random wood. And so now we got some broken pieces there. So let's check mannequin, M-A-N-N. Holy poops, we do have mannequins. That is awesome. Okay, they're not really the armored mannequins that we want, but I have them, so I'm going to use them. So, okay, and it's going to freak them out too, because they're going to think they're going to come to life. They're going to be certain that that's what's going to happen. So, good times will be had all around. We're going to make it a little bit smaller. Hold down the control, because he's a dwarf anyway. Boom. So we're going to stick him here. And then we're going to throw this guy on here. And we'll put him over here. Make him smaller. Hold down shift, which lets you move it. If you hold down control, it locks it in with into the grid, which is what you usually want. But in this case, I don't. So we're just going to go click. There we go. All right. So as they come in this room, we got a couple mannequins. They've got some broken wood, some empty shelves. And there we go. It went from empty room with a description to now they can see what's going on there. All right, so now we go back to our story. We have a little bit longer to go. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple more things. Barracks, cots lie on the floor. All right, so where are the main barracks? Go back to our play. There we go. All right, so fireplaces. All right, so definitely want some cots, and I have a lot of cots. So I know we have beds, but let's try cot first and see what pops up with cot. Lots of cottages and a crocata. Lots of beds. We also have bed rolls. Yep. So we're going to go ahead and use these wooden. Now these are white. You can also make them different colors. When you change something that's already colored and you change the color of it, there we go. We can go with the dwarves are known for their plaid beds, linens. Make it awkward and just put a bunch of double beds in here. Good times. All right. Let's say a chain bed. It does say a chain bed. That's cool. When I need it, I may not remember I have it, but it's cool. All right, so the point is, like I said, with these, so if this is a blue one, and if I change the color of the blue, it's going to put the color change on top of the blue. So if you have a white you can make it any color you want. It just makes it a little bit easier. So I do like this one a lot. Let's just go with this one. So we're going to go here and we're going to go to our painting layer. We're going to go to add a painting layer and we're going to go to barracks. Grab our bed, drop him in here. He's a 1x2. All right, so this is a big bed, but these are dwarfs. Dwarfs beds are going to be a little smaller. So we'll bring him down. 2 more clicks. There we go. Just over 5 feet. Perfect. And let's rotate it. Click. And I'm just going to start, just put a bed in each square. Boink, boink, boink. And now we flippity, flippity. That's not what I wanted. And then we flip. Stick one over here. No one wants to be that close to the door. I might get rid of that guy too, because nobody wants to be that close to the door. All right, so there we go. There's our barracks. We got our thing. We're going to throw a table in there just because you would have a table, a couple tables. So let's go to our assets, to the table. Come on, give me some tablets. Some tablets. Close, please. Thank you. All right, again, these are white. Makes it really nice, so you can color them as you choose. So this is really nice if it was a real, if this was still going on, it would be great. I think I'm going to use him anyway. Just throw a couple of these guys in here. Boom. Boom. Okay, and then we'll see what else we've got. These are from my modern set. Here we go. Here we go. Small tables. We've got round tables. We've got bigger tables with bowls and dishes and stuff. I like the one with all the drinks on it. Let's go ahead and grab that one again. Throw this guy on here. This time we're going to shift it a little bit. Change the direction. Make it smaller. So as they left, they would throw their... I'm going to make it straight again. Throw their cups on here. All right. Just looking at all these tables. I like a lot of these. I might just throw in some of these wooden tables and add my own stuff to them. I like this idea. Let's throw this puppy on here, see how big it is. There you go. See, look at that. It's all taken care of for us. Let's turn it. Okay. Use the shifty to make it straight. There you go. Look at that. Boom. Shrink it down just a smidge. 2.9, 3.6. Let's go to, let's go to 3.1. There we go. So now we got tables and chairs. We have beds. Let's get one more table in there. How about something like this? All right, so let's take a look at our map. We'll throw a couple more tables in there. If they just want to chill and relax by themselves. Make it a tiny bit bigger. Boom. Spin it. Boom. Don't want it to be too close to the fire. And then we'll add a chair. So just like that, it goes from an empty room with a couple fireplaces to a, here we go, perfect, perfect, perfect. Shrink it down just a smidge. Boom. Now we're gonna flippity and shift to turn it. Gonna shift to turn it some more. Put it up against the wall. Drop him here. We're gonna just flip. Shift to turn it. There you go. We have our barracks all set, ready to go. All right, so I think this is where we are going to leave it for today. I have some other work I need to do on another campaign, but that's going to take a little bit to load. This gives, hopefully they'll go to the left when they come in. We'll see, because this is pretty well, it's got some good stuff in here. Let's see, what are these? East Hall in ruins, earthquake, triggered a ceiling collapse. Empty room, only dust remains. So there you go. See, so these rooms don't really need anything. Once a shrine, evidenced by wall carvings, gnawed bones. All right, so we have some more bones. So let's go to our bones again. Do we want to use the same one or do we want to switch? Let's take a look. think I'm going to go with this guy. I like this one. Again, we're going to go to our paint. We're going to go to, what was this? Is that part of our barracks? Did I accidentally add another painting layer? I did. So what is in our barracks then? Nothing. Okay, so we're going to rename this to barracks. And then we'll rename this to Eastern Shrine. Click it. Whoa, I had an effects by mistake. Click Eastern Shrine. So now I got it selected. And now I'm going to throw these puppies in here. So right now it's a 3x4. It's a pretty big one. Let's bring this down. Holding control, bring it down. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn down the opacity. We go here to color. Turn it down, way down to about there. So now it's there, but it's also, you can see the debris, the debris. Hold shift to turn it a little bit. And we're going to shrink it just a little bit more. Go to our stamp tool. Boom. All right, so now we have our bones in there. We click OK, close it, play. All right, well, hey, so now we got both sides done. All we have left is, well, the throne room has been altered a little bit. So now we've got some stuff in here to look at, and that's it. Now, if this was a live smithy, I would add fire and or light to the kilns, things like that. If as I have time next week, perhaps I'll jump in here and add whatever needs to be added into here. I have a little bit of time because what's going to happen next is they're going to go to save a woman who makes potions. So they're going to go do that first, and then they will be coming here. So this coming week will probably be just going to rescue the woman. She's being harassed by a manticore. And by the way, if you want to see how this plays out, Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. to midnight is when we play this, is with my brother and my son. Most of these quotes are from this game. Maybe not most, but a lot of the quotes on the stream are from this game. And you can also check it out. It's called D&D in the Sven Zone. So check it out on the U's and the Tubes. Really funny stuff. I think you guys will like it. And or come watch us. Of course, you're always welcome to hang out, say hello. All right, last thing I'm going to do is, speaking of what we were just talking about, I'm going to throw this down here. Again, I like to have the click, click. I like to have the stuff set up to where you can easily find it. So this is the winged spiky monster, also known as a manticore, that they're going to be fighting. This is the battle map. Boom, boom, boom. And all I need to do with the lighting for this is just change the time of day. I'm not really worried about it. It's a pretty simple map. So, do we want to throw in any trees in here? Let's throw a couple trees in here, huh? What do you think? What do you think? I agree. Let's throw a couple trees in here real quick. Nothing crazy, but I want a couple trees. Just to break up the monotony, maybe some bushes or something. But 2 or 3 trees will be nice. I have lots of trees, so go. Make them palm trees. Could just throw a couple of these suckers in here, some pine trees. While we're here, we'll go ahead and unlock this. I think we can go with the pine trees. Just have a couple of pine trees in here. I'll throw one of these, and then the rest will be pine trees. So let's go ahead and go to our painting layer. Painting layer, not that layers. Actually, no, I'm going to make it in layers so that way, if I want to put things underneath it, if I decide to get crazy with it, I can. Boom. This is a 10 by 8. I don't need a tree that big. Actually, let me see. Does this where's my line of sight on this bad boy? It does go off the edge. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that sucker on here. Boom. There we go. Shrubberies. From Tim the Shrubber. Is it Tim? I don't remember the shrubber's name. Stamp tool. And now we're just gonna stick it right in the corner here. Boom. All right. And then we will go to our other pine trees. Boink. 16 by 16. Are you joshing me here? Okay, so just so that you guys know why this is incredulous, take a look at this. Boom. Yes, that is a big tree. All right, so we're going to make this a little bit more reasonable. I'm going to go by like 5. Even 5 by 5 isn't crazy, but we're going to throw one over here. That's more reasonable. And then we're going to go to our layers. We're going to make one actually about 2 by 2. Drop him here. And this guy, oops, I dropped another one. So now we go to our layer selection. We're going to move his little butt over here. There's 2 of them. We're going to turn him. This guy we're going to shrink. Make him a little lopsided and then turn him a bit. so it doesn't look like every other tree here. And then we're also going to go to the color, and we're going to just make him a little browner. There we go. And let's see, this is blue. Do you want to make him bluer? Let's go with the color picker and see what happens if we pick it this. Boom. There we go. It's a little darker. All right, so now we got a little few trees. Breaks up the monotony. We'll go to our line of sight. Boom, they already have line of sight on them. Everything is awesome. We're ready to go, ready to play. So now when we do our lighting, we can go to our ambient lighting, which is here. And we can choose dawn. Let's see, turn it off, on. We go here to play, and we go to enable lighting. There we go. So now as we go to our lighting, like I said, so dawn, so you see the shadows. What's that you say? You don't like dawn? How about full sunlight? Or how about dusk? Opposite direction, different color lights, different shadows, you notice? Or hey, you don't like dusk? Maybe they're coming in there at night. So I'm going to have it be at dawn just because it looks cool. I can also change the direction of the shadows. Yoink, yoink. Dawn is the sun is rising in the east. That's why the shadows are there. I can also change the length of the shadows. Whoa! So it's pretty cool the way they have everything set up. You can change the color. I mean, you can change all this stuff. So we're gonna leave it this way for now. Lock it, and pop it, and lock it and pop it. Boom. All right, guys. Well, hey, if you're still here, thank you so much. Xinu, Atomic Hero Squad, Rhino to you. Thanks for stopping by. Like, subscribe, do all those fancy stuff. All the kids are doing it, so you should do it too if you want to be one of the cool kids. And whatever else you do, enjoy the rest of your day.